So here we are going to discuss the Vision's daily current affair on 6th September 2024. Here telling the center notify the Galatha VA as a major port. Here means center government notify the center government notify the center government center government notify the port in exercise of the power confirmed by Section 5 of the Indian Port Act 1908. It is being developed as an international container transit port. It is being developed as an international container transit port. Transit port. A transit port is a hub or location where cargo is transferred from one vessel to another for further transportation to its final destination. A transport ship port is a hub. A transport ship port is a hub or location where cargo is transferred from one vessel to another another for further transportation to its final destination. Significance of the Significance of the International Container Transit Port at Galatha Bay in Andaman and Nicobar. Economic significance. International Container Transport Port at Galatha Bay would facilitate EXIM trade as it lie on an international shipping route. Presently, nearly 75% of India's transit cargo is handled at ports outside India, example Colombo, Singapore, and Klang. The project will ensure forex saving, foreign direct investment, increase economic activity at other Indian ports, etc. A strategic, port, the transshipment port will be close to the choke point like Malacca State, east-west shipping route connecting Europe, Africa, and Asia. Next point in this topic is major port in India. There are 12 major port and 200 non-major port means minor port in the country. In India, there are 12 major port, very important fact, and 200 non-major port means minor port in the country. The major port, very important point is the major port of India are regulated under the Major Ports Authority Act 2021 and are under the administrative control of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. Non-major ports and their concessionary are regulated by state maritime board under the respective state government. So this fact is very important. So we should one way to remember is go again and again and read again and again, telling that there are 12 major port and 200 non-major port, minor port in the country. The major port of India are regulated under the Major Ports Authority Act 2021 and are under the administrative control of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. Non-major ports and their concessionary are regulated by the State Maritime Board under the respective state government. Non-major port and their concessionary are regulated by the State Maritime Board under the respective state government. Non-major ports and their concessionary are regulated by the maritime boards under respective state government. And major port of India are regulated under the Major Ports Authority Act 2021. Major Ports Authority Act 2021 and are under the administrative control of the Ministry of Ports and Shipping and Waterway. The major ports of India are regulated under the Major Ports Authority Act 2021 and are under the administrative control of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. And the administrative control of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. So this is a very important point. That is the major port of India are regulated under Major Ports Authority Act 2021, Major Ports Authority Act 2021 and are under the administrative control of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway and are administrative control of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. The administrative control of the Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. Regulated by the state maritime boards under the respective state government, and here under the administrative control of Ministry of Ports, Shipping and Waterway. Now moving to the next topic. Next topic is Swachh Bharat Mission Game Changer for Public Health, say PM. PM highlighted recent research published in Nature magazine which show that the post Swachh Bharat mission period in India exhibited accelerated reduction in infant and child mortality. The research was based on quasi-experimental study to investigate the association between Swachh Bharat Mission, infant mortality rate, and the 5 mortality rate in India. It aided that implementation of transformative sanitation program can deliver population health benefit in low and middle income country. How is water, sanitation and hygiene related to key health and social outcomes? How is water, sanitation and hygiene How is water, sanitation and hygiene related to key health and social outcome? Maternal and newborn health. Research show that district with 30% of toilet constructed under the Swachh Bharat mission correspond with 5.3 lower infant mortality rate and 6.8 lower uh, UA, lower 5 mortality rate in India. Also, higher Swachh Bharat mission coverage also co-occur with higher utilization of health nutrition program including ANC and institutional delivery. Institutional delivery. Institutional delivery disease. WHO report 3 lakh fewer diarrhea deaths in 2019 compared to 2014, directly attributable to improved sanitation. 58% higher cases of wasting among children in non-open defecation free area. The Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. Students enrollment. Poor was facility act as a barrier to a students' attendance and enrollment, and especially girls. Violence against women. With better access to sanitation facility, 93% of women reported feeling safer at home. Violence against women. With better access to sanitation facility, 93% of women reported feeling safer at home. UNICEF. A student enrollment. Poor was facility act as a barrier to students' attendance. Enrollment facility girls. Disease WHO reported 3 lakh fewer diarrhea deaths in 2019 compared to 2014, directly attributed to improved sanitation. 58% higher cases of wasting among children in non-open defecation free area. The Bill Melinda Gates Foundation. A student enrollment poor was facility act as a barrier to students' attendance enrollment, especially girls. Violence against women. With the better access to sanitation facility, 93% of women reported feeling safer at homes. Why has Swachh Bharat mission been successfully in improving health and social parameters? Success of Swachh Bharat mission lie in its new approach of combining toilet construction with community engagement and substantial investment in information, education and communication to bring behavioral change. To bring behavioral change. Here question is why has Swachh Bharat mission been successful in improving health social parameter? The success of Swachh Bharat mission lie in its new approach of combining toilet construction. Its success of Swachh Bharat mission lie in its new approach of combining toilet construction with community engagement and substantial investment in information, education, and communication to bring behavioral change. Invested in capacity building and training program for government officials, frontline workers, volunteers, and community. Establish waste segregation, collection, transportation, and disposal system along with treatment plants, recycling center for effective waste management, introduce mobile and web application for citizen engagement and monitoring, assessment of progress through National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. Assessment of progress through the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. Invest in capacity building and training program for government official, frontline worker and volunteer and community. Establish waste segregation, collection, transportation, disposal system along with treatment, plants and recycling center for effective waste management. Introduce mobile and web application for citizen engagement and monitoring. Assessment of progress through the National Annual Rural Sanitation Survey. Now moving to the next topic. First ever, here telling that this topic first ever international legally binding treaty on artificial intelligence signed by the country like USA and UK. Topic is telling that the first ever international legally binding treaty on the artificial intelligence signed by the country like US and UK means it aimed to mitigate the threat that AI may pose to human right, democracy, and rule of law. They're trying to say that it aimed to mitigate the threat that AI may pose to human right, democracy, and rule of law. What is the aim of the first ever internationally legally binding treaty on artificial intelligence signed by the country like USA and UK? It aimed to mitigate the threat that AI Artificial AI means artificial intelligence may pose to human rights, democracy, and rule of law. TT called the Framework Convention on Artificial Intelligence, Human Rights and Democracy and Rule of Law was drawn up by the Council of Europe. It is separate from the EU 8 AI Act, in force last month by having a mandate to ensure that activity within AI life cycle system are consistent with human right, democracy and rule of law. Major provision. Major provision risk-based approach binding system if the risk posed are incompatible with human right. Risk-based approach risk-based approach binding system if the risk posed are incompatible with the human right coverage both public and private sector across geography accommodates global diversity in legal system allowing property to regulate the private sector either directly through the convention or through the alternative measures consistent with it exemption does not apply to matter of national security, defense and research and development activity. Exemption does not apply to the matter of national security, defense and research and development activity. Next one, impact of AI in human right, democracy and rule of law. Human life's ability to predict human behavior, create stereotypes, discriminatory bias, along with the impact on privacy with its biometric tools. Democracy, biometric surveillance may affect open social and political debate, discourse, which is the core idea of democracy. Rule of law, greater affordability of AI system by elite, greater control by developer, monitoring of citizen effect and equality before law. Next topic is going to read is that name is various memorandum of understanding between India and sign between India and Singapore. What are these outcome of the recent visit of India's Indian PM to Singapore? 4 MOU in the field of digital technology, semiconductor, health cooperation, skill development. 4 MOU means 4 major memorandum of understanding signed between India and Singapore is in the field of digital technology, semiconductor, health cooperation, and skill development. The elevating bilateral relation to a higher level of a comprehensive strategic partnership memorandum of understanding on the semiconductor envisage cooperation in semiconductor cluster development, talent cultivator, advanced manufacturing, particularly developing resilient supply chains. Singapore's semiconductor industry account for 10% of all chip, 20% of semiconductor manufacturing equipment produced globally. Produced globally. Significance of international cooperation in semiconductor, foundation of modern technology, landscape like AI, quantum computing, calling for global collaboration to foster innovation and research, criticality of Indo-Pacific region, most players USA, Taiwan, South Korea, etc. are situated in this region critical for India. Complex and specialized supply chains, different countries hold dominance in segment of semiconductor manufacturing like the USA for chip design, Taiwan or manufacturing. Gaining leverage over China. Currently, China lags behind other major players in the domains. Diverse and collaboration would reduce any future dependence on China, creating a resilient supply chain, boost economic growth by leading in semiconductor manufacturing. India's semiconductor mission with an outlay of the USA dollar 363 billion can attract huge investment. India and Singapore relation. India and Singapore relation, telling that bilateral relation elevated to a strategic partnership in 2015. Bilateral relation elevated to the strategic partnership in 2015. Economic India's sixth largest trade partner with a share of 3.2% of India's overall trade. Conclusion of the Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement in 2005 shows significant expansion in trade. FDI, largest source of FDI into India during the 2023 to 2024. Uh, Next, Defense Minister provide over Marine Joint Commanders Conference in Lucknow, telling that ministers stress upon the significance of evolving a joint military vision to further enhance integration synergy among the three services, hence the creation of functional integrated theater commands. He also called upon for development in a space electronic warfare with focus on encouraging the use of latest advancement in artificial intelligence. About the about the integrated command. Integrated theater command is the integration of the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force to operate jointly in a specific adversary based theater with defined military goals during a limited conflict or war. It has been proposed by both the Kargil Review Committee as well as DB Sekatkar committee earlier. It would involve raising the China-centric Northern Theatre Command in Lucknow, Pakistan-centric Western Theatre Command in Jaipur, Maritime Theatre Command in Thiruvananthapuram. Presently, presently the armed force have 17 single service command, Army and Air Force 7 each, Navy 3. Significance significance of ITC, Air Navy, significance of the ITC, significance of the ITC, information technology, communication, air, navy, and line force all operated synergistically under the one operation command. Separate the operational function from the other administrative function. Adopt the container of the future welfare warfare and conduct of effect-based operation, challenge like of national security doctrine toward the jointness of the service, absence of common command, etc. Next is the initiative taken toward the theaterization, appointment of CDS, creation of Department of Military Affairs under Ministry of Defense to promote jointness in procurement, training and staffing for the service, etc. Enactment of the Inter-Service Organization, Command, Control and Discipline Act 2023. Two integrated tri-service command, Andaman and Nicobar Command, looking for Southeast Asia and South China Sea, a strategic command force controlling the nuclear weapons, etc. Next topic is 500 million ton, 500 million ton, 500 million ton domestic steel production target by 2034. Union Minister of Commerce, Union Minister of Commerce Industry, while setting the target, urged the industry leader to focus on economic upscale through decarbonization. He asked industry to innovate for low emission, high productivity, high quality, use artificial intelligence to optimize production, reduce waste, improve efficiency across the value chain, integrated indigenous machinery for domestic production. A steel sector in India, second largest producer of the crude steel, output of the 1.25.32 millitons of crude steel, finished steel production of the 1.21 to 1 to 1.29 mt. Growth driven by domestic availability of raw materials such as iron ore, fifth largest producer reservoir of the iron ore, cost effective labor, increased infrastructure construction, and thriving automobile and railway sector account for about 12% of India's carbon dioxide emission. Steel in world is the largest carbon emitting manufacturing sector. Initiative to decarbonization and promote the steel sector. uh, National Steel Policy 2017 and National Steel Scrap Recycling Policy 2019. Perform Achieve Trade Scheme. Task Force by Ministry of Steel for developing a green steel roadmap. Production link incentive scheme for a specialty steel. Green hydrogen. Green hydrogen offer the cleanest steel production method, but its high cost can impact competitiveness. National Green Hydrogen Mission provide a special support to help the steel sector transmission. Next is a vision. Next, a telling that Union Textile Minister launched India's first fashion forecasting initiative, Vision Text. Vision Next. India's specific fashion trend block Paridhi 24 by 25, 24 by 25 was also launched. About the Vision Next, Bilungua web portal of National Institute of Fashion Technology, NIPT, conceived and established at NIPT, Delhi and Chennai with support from the Textile Ministry in 2018. Combine artificial intelligence and emotional intelligence to identify, map, analyze geo-specific fashion trends reflecting India's plurality and cultural diversity, along with the reducing dependence on global forecasting agency. It would also support weavers, homegrown and designer, etc. First, First International Solar Festival. PM virtually addressed the first ISF held in New Delhi. India's global initiative on solar energy, International Solar Alliance, guided by the Towards 100 strategy and mobiles 1000 million investment in solar energy solution by 2030. Conceptualized by India, France at the COP Paris 2015 of the UNFCCC. Currently 100 members, all UN members eligible. One sun, one world, one grid. Proposed by the Indian PM in first First International Solar Alliance Assembly in 2018 to connect the different regional grid through a common grid for transferring renewable energy power, especially solar energy. Next is enemy property, telling that enemy property in Uttar Pradesh belonging to ancestor of Pakistan former Prime President Pervez Musharraf is directed for sale. About the Enemy Property Act 1968 define an enemy as a country and its citizen that committed external aggression against India, that is Pakistan and China. Enemy property is a property that belong to or was managed on behalf of the enemy. 2017 amendment to the act expanded the definition of enemy to include legal heir or successor of enemy whether or not citizen of India or the citizen of country which is not an enemy who has changed his nationality. In 1968 Act empower custodian of enemy property of India under the Ministry of Home Affairs for preservation, management, control and selling of enemy property. Eastern Economic Forum, telling that Eastern Economic Forum 2024 is being held in Bialystok, Russia, held every year in the same city. About the Eastern Economic Forum, established in 2015 to support the economic development of Russia Far East and to expand international cooperation in Asia Pacific region. Far East is the easternmost part of the Russia. It borders two oceans, Pacific and Arctic, and five countries China, Japan, Mongolia, United States, and the North Korea. A startup accelerated of MITI for product innovation, development, and growth. Second cohort of the Samriddhi launched to select 125 startups for funding, support, and mentorship. About the Samriddhi flagship program of MITI for startup acceleration under National Policy on the Software Product 2019, aim to support existing and upcoming accelerator to select and accelerate potential IT-based startup to scale. Seek to support 3,300 software product startup over a period of 4 years, implemented by Ministry Startup Hub, Digital India Corporation. Saturn's rings. Saturn's ring will briefly disappear from view in 2025. Reason for this temporary disappearance has to do with the Saturn's tilt and optical illusion. About the Saturn rings, the rings are generally about 30 feet thick, almost completely composed of chunk of water ice, ranging in size and from the smaller than a grain or a sign to the size of the mountain. These are named alphabetically in the order they are discovered. For example, the main ring of the ABC, other planet with ring Jupiter and Uranus. Next topic is National Exit Tax. National Exit Tax for a use has been made effective from 2021-2022 batch. About the next help for creating license to practice as a medical practitioner of respective discipline of Indian system of medicine for enrollment in the state register or national register as a registered medical practitioner of Indian system of medicine conducted by the commissioner under the provision of the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Act 2020 and National Commission for Homeopathy Act 2020. Next is last but not the least topic here is the Konyak tribe. Konyak Union, apex body of the Konyak community, has sought the Nagaland government intervention in rectifying the errors bound are line on the Google Maps. About the Konya tribes, they are Mongoloid origin. Before Christianity, they practice Amnis, which is a worshipping different object of the nature. Konyak language belongs to the northern Naga sub branch of the Sal sub family of Sino Tibetan. They are known as a hand hunter of northeast India, and they have a patriarchal society. They have a patriarchal society. Very important point. They have a patriarchal society. The United Arab Emirates has successfully completed the Arab world's first nuclear power plants. Political feature: United Arab Emirates Federation of seven emirates along the eastern coast of the Arabian Peninsula. Neighboring countries: Saudi Arabia, based south and Oman, east and northeast. Maritime border: Gulf of Oman and Persia Gulf. Geographical feature: nearly entire country is a desert with no perennial stream. The Strait of Hormuz is a narrow channel between the Onami Musdam Peninsula, Iran. It connected the Persian Gulf of the Gulf of Oman. Tropic of Cancer passes through OEM, especially in the Abu Dhabi Emirate. Highest point is Jebel Jain mountain. Written in these news today, date September 18. So this much I have done today. So I would to close this.